On board, we take safety very seriously. We hope you do too. Join us while we look at some important safety gear. We'll also demonstrate a man overboard drill.
One of the most important safety items on any boat is the PFD, or Personal Flotation Device. The Coast Guard requires there be one on board for each person on the boat. The crew is putting on one of the newer designs, which looks considerably less conspicuous than the traditional orange version. Children should wear a PFD at all times while on board, and adults should put one on when the going gets rough. In the event that your vessel becomes disabled and you want to signal distress to a rescue team, you'll need a visual distress signaling device on board. The flare pistol and flares you see here meet the Coast Guard requirements for both day and night use. Be sure to replace the flares on a regular basis. Another important safety item is the fire extinguisher. Two of the type you see here are required by the Coast Guard for the 34-foot boat we're using in the demonstration. Make sure the extinguishers on your boat are charged and ready to go. The next group of items are not required by the Coast Guard, but most prudent boaters wouldn't consider leaving port without them. The VHF radio is at the top of the list in this category. If you have a problem with your boat, or if a crew member becomes ill, you can call for assistance with a VHF. Check the VHF on your boat by calling for a radio check on a regular basis. That way you'll know if it's working when you really need it. Another safety necessity, which we hope you'll never have to use, is the first aid kit. The one you see here is Coast Guard approved and contains everything needed to render temporary medical aid. If you're planning an extended cruise, however, a larger, more comprehensive kit is recommended. If you're topsides, and especially on the foredeck, in rough weather or at night, it's a good idea to wear a safety harness. Clip it onto something sturdy so that no matter what happens, you'll stay with the boat. The crew is also wearing a personal strobe, which emits a powerful flash that can be seen for a considerable distance after the sun goes down. Without the strobe, a night overboard recovery would have little chance of success, especially in rough seas. In the unlikely event that someone should go in the water, it's important to have the equipment to get them back on board safely. This is a flotation device called a horseshoe, with an attached man-overboard pole. The horseshoe will keep the person in the water afloat, and the pole will mark his position.